Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Eeklipse, and today I'm going to be trying out some digital painting. I have been trying to learn how to draw recently for the last little while, but I've been mainly focusing on learning figure drawing and portraits, so I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on coloring or blending or um, just like life drawing or anything like that. Which today is not going to be life drawing. It's going to be a apple that I found on Pinterest because I'm too lazy to go up and get an apple. But yeah, I plan on kind of just learning on the go. I've watched some videos and I've seen some tutorials on how blending works. I don't exactly know how to do it. I've spent most of my life just on pencil and paper. I only recently got this tablet, so I don't really know what I'm doing at all, and I'm not good. So even on pen and paper, I'm not very good at drawing. So don't expect this to be anything super great. It's probably going to turn out not very clear, but the whole point of this is for me to learn and get better. So if anyone sees this and has any tips or advice or anything like that, just let me know and I'll be sure to see it, and hopefully I can use that advice and incorporate it into my future practices. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get started. So I'm starting off with a sketch. I'm just trying to be as loose and gestural as I can. I kind of just want to get the forms right. I'm not trying to be super accurate. This is not supposed to be realism or anything like that. I kind of just want to get the idea of an apple, and like at the end I want to be able to make sure that when I look at it I can see that it's supposed to be an apple. I'm not trying to get this one-to-one, nor do I think I can make it one-to-one. I try to use a brush that would let me get the effect of kind of like a real brush, where you can see the individual bristle strokes. As I was going for the background, I was thinking about trying to make it look more like a table or whatever surface the apple is sitting on, but I decided not to, since the focus of the painting was the apple itself, and I didn't want to waste too much time with the background or the non-focal point, so I just skipped it and focused on the apple. And so now that I'm editing, I can have the reference photo right beside my my drawing, and I can see that my drawing has a very bright red when the actual apple in the reference is much darker. I probably should have paid attention to this. I believe I just went to the very top of the red, which just is not accurate. So I'll probably try and make a better effort to be more accurate next time. Okay, so now we have our darkest tones and our highlights. I understand the general process of this kind of painting. You get the base, and then you get the darkest tones and the highlights, and then you kind of blend it out and go from there. My biggest struggle is actually just doing the blending. And now that I'm editing, I'm noticing that the darkest tone of my apple in the far left is not as dark as it should be. Now that I can see the reference, while I was looking at it on a different monitor, I thought it was dark enough, but I can see that I could have pushed it a little bit darker and it probably would have turned out better, but that is just something I'll take into account for next time. Okay, so I'm starting to blend now. I understand the idea of blending. So basically I have one color on one side and another color on the other, and then I eyedropper one, and with a lower opacity I kind of draw over the middle, and then I keep taking an eyedropper, and you guys know how it is. I, for some reason, just can't do that at all. So that's the whole purpose of me doing this whole video, is me learning it. So it's not going to look good and it looks very muddied, but I'm using this as a learning experience. I will continue to practice my blending. I want to try and just blend for maybe 5 minutes a day or something like that, even if I'm not drawing. I have a couple of things that I'm doing on the side, so I'll continue to practice my blending. And at this point, I noticed that my cast shadow is a little bit too, it's not dark enough, but it's also too red. The light hitting the surface wouldn't be red because the apple is red and the surface is more brown, so I try to darken it up, and I think it looks better. One thing I really struggled with, and I still continue to struggle with, but I am getting better, is my layer management. And here, it becomes a big struggle because I ended up painting on my sketch layer. So I ended up having to erase my highlight and then do that on a separate layer and kind of blend it out again. Overall, I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but I'm not disappointed. I didn't expect my first time to be amazing, but I also didn't know how difficult it would be to blend, especially blending around forms and making the blend look natural. But I achieved my goal, which is I set out to be able to tell if it was an apple just by looking at it, and I think I got that. This is just a starting point, something that I can look back in the future and compare to, and I'm not too upset about this. So if anyone sees this and has any tips or tricks or advice, just let me know and I'll be sure to look into it. But until then, I'll continue to practice on my own and share what I can. Till then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.